When you're ready, make your way down to the mat. And we're gonna start in child's pose. Opening up the knees nice and wide. Excuse me. Bringing the big toes to touch. Reaching forward, softening down to your mat. Taking a few moments here. Walk your hands up towards you just a little, and we're threading the left arm underneath the right into a shoulder stretch. Exploring movement with this top right arm. You can keep it straight or open it, pin it behind you. Taking a few more moments here. Softening into the left shoulder. And making your way around to the other side. Right arm underneath the left. Breathing deeply. Even when it's a little awkward sometimes. Hold it and release through it. Making your way back up to tabletop. Shoulders over your wrists, hips over the knees. And just pat the tops of your feet, either fast or slow, down into your mat. Nice. Barrel rolls. Let the belly fall and bring it around, up and over to the other side, moving our torsos. Reversing. And bringing it back to the center. Tucking the toes underneath, hovering the knees 3-4 inches above the mat. Taking a deep breath here. Pulling out of the wrists, pulling out of the shoulders. Tip of the nose pointing straight down into the mat. Circles. Reversing when you're ready. Nice, moving with some twists today. And lowering the knees down. Coming down close to your chest, you're on your right hip. So you're extending your right hip down. This left leg is on top of you, back leg is bent in. Lift up the hips, pulling up through the chest. Feeling out this movement here, maybe looking away. Few more breaths. Option to take a toe lock. Left peace fingers to the left big toe. Pulling up through the hips, opening up the chest to the ceiling. Nice, lowering it back down. Now this top leg is behind you and your bottom right leg is in front of you. So you're crossed. Twisting down, slowly bring your chest down. Taking another breath. After your last exhale, inhale, bring it up. Option to go to the sides of your feet into an upward facing dog, and then bring the hips back to a downward facing dog. Pulling up through the shoulders, letting the crown of the head point straight down. One more breath. Making your way down however you choose or moving through a vinyasa. Nice. Exhale. Open out to the back. So the soles of both feet are down. You're on your right hand. Lift it up. Lift up the hips to Wild Thing. A very squared Wild Thing. Bringing this top left hand to the right shoulder, looking down to the right palm. At your own pace, slowly coming down. Knees together. Sit your hips back into rabbit. After your last breath, making your way up to tabletop. And then keeping your knees as they are, rolling onto the left hip. Opening up the chest, arms are behind you. Bend in the bottom leg. Lift up the hips and or the foot. Pulling up. Few more breaths. After your last breath, lowering it down. This top leg goes behind you. Your bottom left leg kicks out in front of you. Twist down to your mat. Take a few moments here to feel this twist. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale into downward facing dog. One more breath. Lowering it back down. Opening it up to the back. You're on your left hand. Soles of both feet pressing down, hips are up. Reaching up. After your last breath, lower down. And come back around. Keeping the hips up, nice and lifted. Reach out to the upper corners of your mat. Softening your chest in puppy pose, keeping your hips lifted. How low you go is up to you. Little by little. Bringing your hips down a little bit. Keep your fingertips still kind of pointing upward. And tuck your toes underneath, sitting your hips back. Arms are straight. Looking through your arms, through your feet, between your feet. Knees are bent. Slowly press your heels into your mat, straightening your legs. A nice big downward facing dog. Keeping the feet where they're at, even if our heels are way up. And take some movement here in the hips. Maybe pedal out the feet. And then feel free to adjust your downward facing dog. Shoulders are pulling up away from the ears into their sockets. Chin into your chest. Inhale, lift up the left leg. Exhale, bend the knee, open up the hips. Shoulders are squared down to your mat. Letting that foot fall over to the right. Circles with the knees. Reversing anytime you're ready. Nice. Extending that leg up and sweeping it through. Back knee down. Softening forward. Taking any movement here. Circles, rocks, forward, back, side to side. Softening into the hips. Nice. Tucking the back toe underneath. Lift up the back knee off the floor. Lifting up through the chest, fingertips barely touching, maybe even hovering. Shoulders are back away from the ears. Chin is lowered. Bring those arms up through crescent. Lift up your back heel a little higher. Softening through the shoulders, squaring up the hips. Left hip is back, right hip is forward. Nice straight back leg. Inhale, press off the front leg. Nice high back heel. Exhale, lower. One more, inhale. Exhale, hold it. Reaching back a little more. Arms are forward and back, shining the heart to the top of your mat. Chin lowered. Shoulders back and down. Filling up your belly and chest with air. Bring your hands down. We're gonna jump switch the legs 3 times. So you're switching 1, 2, 3. Back knee is down. Taking your time, moving through this side. One more breath. Tucking the back toes underneath, lifting up the back knee, pulling up through the belly. Bringing it up into crescent. Nice high back heel. Squaring up the hips and shoulders to the front. Inhale, straighten up the front leg. Exhale, lower, a little lower. Reaching back a little further. One more. Exhale, lift. Bring those arms forward and back. Shining the chest to the top. Holding it here. Ooh. And reach forward. This front right leg comes into the chest and kicks back. Opening up that hip, letting the foot fall to the left. Shoulders are squared down. Circles with that right knee. Reversing the circles. And we're sweeping this right leg through again. To jump switch our feet 3 times. Again, so you've got 1, 2, we land on the left foot on 3. Back heel is down, pulling up through the belly, reaching low, making your way up high. Softening the shoulders up top, pressing down into both heels. Warrior 1. Keeping nice and pulled up, arms overhead, any way you want, any palm variation, any arms, as long as our shoulders aren't too smunched. Lower the arms down and back, inhale. On your exhale, sweep the arms front. Option to lift the front heel up with the arms. Bringing them down and back, shining the chest forward. Lifting up the front heel, maybe bringing your gaze up, arching a little more. Last one. Holding it up here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Your heel comes down, open it out to the right, warrior 2. Shoulders are back and down. Back right arm wraps around behind you and is around the left hip crease, same leg as the bent knee. Reverse warrior, opening up the chest. Left shoulder down into its socket. Getting a little deeper. Inhale, straighten up the front leg, looking away to your right, reach down to your left leg for triangle. If we're going for strength and flexibility, release a little lower down the leg with every exhale. We just want some heat. Place that hand right here, opening up the chest in your triangle. Nice, looking down to the top of your mat, reaching forward with the front left hand ahead of the left toes, the left hand ahead of the right toes. Bring all your weight forward and play with lifting this back leg up in half moon. Pulling up through the belly, pulling up through your side. If our balance is kicking, feel free to slowly bring your gaze away from that bottom hand up to the right. One more breath. After your last exhale, releasing your wrap down, jump switching the legs here. 1, 2, 3. Back heel is down, both heels are down. Reaching low, making your way up high. Warrior 1, both heels down. Opening up the chest, sinking a little lower with every exhale. Pitch the top part of your body forward, holding it here. Sweep those arms down and back. And bring them back up, taking the heel with you, and lower it down. Inhale, bring it up. Going a little deeper, exhale. Last one. Holding it here. And lowering down, opening it out to warrior two. Front knee is tracking the front toes. Hips are tucked underneath, pulling up the front of the belly. Gaze is up and over the three front middle fingers. Back arm wraps around, ends up on the right crease, towards the right hip crease. Reverse warrior. Breathing. Being mindful of where our energy is going. It's everywhere. Out of the soles of the feet, down into the mat. Back and up behind us through these right fingertips. Out the crown of our head. Press up off the front leg, nice straight leg, opening up the chest, look over to the left, hinge for triangle, opening up the chest. Anytime this arm wants to come out and come out of the bind, go for it. Bring the arm overhead. After your last breath, lunging forward, looking down, reaching with the right fingertips. Lifting up the back foot, slow and steady. Playing with your balance, opening up your torso to the left, gradually, or at least your hips. Coming down when you're ready, coming out of this bind. Jump, switching the legs one more time. 1, 2, 3. Holding it here in this lunge, back heel up. Twisted lunge to the left, lifting up the left arm. Taking any movement in the wrist, feet, holding the last breath. Top arm comes down to the inside of the left foot. Back heel comes down. We're opening up into extended side angle to the right. Being mindful of this front knee, opening up the chest. Pulling up through your belly. One more breath. After your last exhale, inhale, lift it up. Exhale, hold it here. Reach it down. Both arms are to the inside. Wrapping the left arm around the outside of the left leg, reaching for the opposite bicep. We're bringing all our weight to the front left foot and right hand. Taking your time. Slowly lifting up the back right leg. Deep breaths, chin into your chest, getting a little closer to that supporting leg. Legs do not need to be straight. Let the crown of the head point straight down. One more breath. Hike everything up higher. Nice. Lower this back foot down to meet the front. Swap the legs out. Left foot straight back. Twisted lunge to the right. One more breath. After your last exhale, the top right hand is in front, and the instep of the right foot, back heel is down. Open up the chest to the left, left fingertips pointing straight up. Letting the hips sink, but pressing the hips forward here. Not too much, but keeping a good balance into extended side angle. After your last exhale, let the inhale bring you up. Exhale holds you here. Gaze is open over the 3 front middle fingers. One more breath. After your exhale, cartwheel the hands down. Wrap the right arm around the right thigh, reaching for the opposite left bicep, bringing all your weight to the front. Slowly lifting up the back leg. Chin is into your chest, crown of the head pointing straight down. One more breath. After your last exhale, lower the back foot down to meet the front, moving the hips around. Roll it up nice and slow. Making your way to the top of your mat. Feet together, firm up the knees, open up the hips, palms together. Deep grounding breath here. And Samastiti. Let's take a vinyasa. Deep breath, big movement. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, flat back up. Exhale, forward fold, step or float back through your vinyasa. Customizing your vinyasa for yourself. Feel free to do all of it. Feel free to cut some parts out. Maybe just take a child's pose or go straight to downward facing. Listening to our bodies this afternoon. One more deep breath. After your last exhale, inhale, look up to the top of the mat. Exhale, step or float forward. Inhale, flat back up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep the arms out and up, palms together, heart center. Making our way to the tops of the mat. Sit back into chair, lifting up the left heel. Making circles with the heel. Reversing. Lifting up the heel, maybe the whole foot. Feel this out. Bringing the knee to hip level. And feel free to play with your arms. Your balance here. Pulling up through the hips, pulling up through the center. One more breath. After your last exhale, extend this foot into a lower 45-degree angle, pulling up through the hips, lifting through the chest, sweeping that leg back. You can bring it down anytime and reset it, or go through a warrior 3, pulling up underneath your body, nice and light. Weightlessness. Taking any arms here. Again, inhale, lengthen everywhere. Energy everywhere. Exhale, straighten up and step back about medium, halfway through what you would a crescent. And we're on skis. Feet are side to side, parallel. Hips are squared. Reach behind you for either your wrists, your forearms. Stay right where you're at. You could do reverse namaste if it's in your practice today. Finding some arms and staying right where you're at. Pull up through the belly. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Taking your time, chin into your chest as you get lower. Crown of the head pointing straight down. Shoulders are pulling up away from the ears into their sockets. Chin into your chest. Breathing, releasing, getting a little closer to that front leg with every exhale. Right hip back, left hip forward. One more breath. After your last exhale, release your hands down. And reach up, keeping your arms either by your jaw, no higher up above your ear, just like at your ear level. Nothing past your ear level, I should say. Hovering, parallel to your mat. Pulling up, squaring up your hips, tip of the nose pointing straight down, reach it up. Reverse pyramid. Again, deep breath. Bringing it straight up, twisting to the right. Opening up the arms like you're giving somebody a big hug. Nice straight leg, reverse pyramid. Reverse revolved pyramid. And reach forward into a twisted pyramid. This hand can go down here, can go to the leg. Option to bring it over to the right side of the right foot for a deeper twist. Twisting at the shoulders. Gaze is lifted upwards. Pulling up through the belly and chest. Taking any arms, maybe a hinge. One more breath. After your last exhale, looking down, and this left hand reaches ahead. We're lunging into the front right knee and left hand, playing with lifting this back foot in twisted half moon. Twisting at the shoulders. One more breath. Coming out of this anytime or kicking this back foot in. Reaching for the toes. Squaring it back down into a forward fold. Or both legs down, forward fold. Lifting up this left knee up high. One last challenge if you want to give it a shot. And that would be to come up. Taking your time. Revolved dancer's bow. Shoulders back and down. One more breath. Ah, yeah. Coming out of this. Woo. Other leg. Oh man, we have another one. Bringing the palms together, lifting up the right heel and the whole foot when you're ready. Pulling up through the hips. Playing with your arms. Feeling a good balance first before moving on with the arms. Just to make sure. One more breath. After your last exhale, extend that leg to a low 45-degree angle, still lifting. And sweep that leg back nice and slow. Warrior 3. Hips are down, hips are squared. Pulling up through the belly. Making your way up into pyramid. We're on our skis. Toes are straight ahead. Hips are squared. Arms are behind you. Any variation. Wrist, forearms. Namaste. Pull up, inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Chin into your chest. Melting forward. Shoulders are pulling up away from the ears into their sockets. Chin into your chest. Left hip back, right hip forward. Melting a little more with every exhale onto that front leg. Softening through the lower back. Releasing here. Reaching forward. Lifting. Right hip forward, left hip back, hovering parallel to the mat. Flatten out the back. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, reverse. Open it out to the side. Reach it forward with the right hand anywhere. Maybe even the outside, left side of the left foot. Twisting the hips. Left hip is back, right hip is forward. Twisting the shoulders to the left, upwards, gaze is upwards. Chin is lifted. One more breath. After last exhale, coming up into reverse revolved pyramid. Reaching back down. Lunging into the front right hand and left foot. Lifting up the back right leg. Twisting to the left. Twisted half moon. Lifting and twisting at the shoulders. Coming out of this anytime. Option to bend the back leg in, grabbing the toes. Forward fold. Lifting up the right knee, chin in, crown of the head down. Option to come up into revolved dancer's bow. Whoops. Reaching forward, coming out of this side. Shake it out. Anytime you need water, grab some. I don't usually give breaks. Just say, hey, you just get it. You just get it. Get that water. Lifting up the left foot again. Crossing it over the right knee or the thigh. Lifting as you sit your hips back. Opening up your chest to the top part of your mat or even beyond, maybe onto the floor. Opening up the chest, shoulders back and down. See what we're working with forward fold wise. If our right hand can come to a block or reach for the floor, give that a shot. Hand can be to your sacrum, left hand can be to your sacrum or lifted. Taking a twist to the left. One more breath. Holding it here or coming down to take a toe stand. Lowering, sitting onto the heel, pulling up through the chest, pulling up through the hips. Whee! Yay! Coming out of this, lifting up the hips. And let's see if you can roll it up. Anytime the leg needs to come down though, bring it down. It's coming down there anyway. And then cross it in front of you. Rolling straight down, cross leg, forward fold. Softening deeper and closer. Walking your hands over to the left. Bringing your hands over to the right. As deep as you'd like. Nice calf stretch. Bring it back to the center, either uncrossing or rolling straight up. And then uncrossing. Other leg. Right foot. Nice flexed foot. Protects our knee. Moving through this exercise. Maybe taking a twist to the right. One more breath. Going through any other variation. Lifting up through the hips and chest. Maybe next time. Crossing the right foot over the left. Walking your hands over to the right. Nice twist. Deep stretch. When you're ready, making your way over to the left. Filling up your body with air. Bring it back to the middle. Rolling it up. Bringing the feet to the center. Shake it out. Toe stand. Making our way down. Bring the big toes as close together as possible. Our knees to touch. Arms in front. And lift up the heels. Nice high elevated chair. Slowly sit your hips back, pulling up into the belly. Anytime you want to forward fold and just come straight down, that's an option. See if you can make your way to a toe stand. Once you're here, lifting up through the hips, lifting up through the chest. We're not sitting on the heels here. Shoulders back and down. One more breath. Taking any arms. Maybe another breath or two. Yes. Holding your squat. Open out your feet. Taking a lower back stretch. Moving around. Take a seat. Feet together in butterfly. Grabbing the ankles, lifting up the chest. Inhale, exhale, forward fold. I'm gonna move through some abs. Making your way back up. We're gonna move through some abs, 4 breaths each, 4 deep breaths each. The first round, eye touch. We're tapping toes. Your toes can tap on the floor, they can just stay up, elevated, whatever you want. Take your time here, 4 deep breaths. Go for it. Opening up your chest. After the last one, crisscross your legs and press into your mat, lifting up your bottom. Even if your bottom doesn't come up, maybe nothing comes up. Just press into your mat and feel the engagement in your core, then lower it back down. Now, I'm starting from the middle, kicking my legs up, middle up. You can be here, you can do that, you can switch it up. Taking a moment here. 4 deep breaths. Go for it. Crisscrossing the legs. Nice press into the mat. Shake it out. One more. Any of those variations, or play with holding it. So your knees would be together. You just play with holding it here. And go for it. Crisscrossing the legs, one more press. Shake it out. Woo. Open out the legs. They don't have to be super wide. Letting the knees rotate back or pointing straight up. Lifting up through the chest, lifting out of the crown of the head. Pulling out of the center of your body. Open out the arms, bring them up overhead. And lower them back down to your sides. One more, inhale. Exhale. Right arm is in front of you and it's coming underneath. Left arm is overhead, opening up your chest, keeping the left hip down as you sink over to the right. Gaze moving upwards eventually, maybe reaching for toes. Keeping our rotation. Still breathing, getting deeper down to the right leg with every exhale. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, left arm swoops underneath, right arm overhead, opening up your chest. Holding up through your belly. Stretching into that side. Bring it up. Shaky, 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 shaky. Making your way onto your belly. Bringing your fingertips out to the sides. Inhale, roll it up. Exhale, left shoulder down, look over your right shoulder. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, look over your left shoulder, right shoulder's down. Inhale, lift it up to the center, hold it here. Bringing your legs together, nice and straight. Lift both legs off the floor, nice and straight behind you. Lifting out your arms. Taking any arm variations, a clasp. Bringing the arms overhead. Few more moments. Chin lowered. One more breath. Yes, after your last exhale, lowering down. Kicking your feet in towards your glutes, knees together. Inhale, lift the knees and chest off the floor, knees kind of close together, into a full bow. One more breath here. After your last exhale, we're rolling over to the right side, keeping our neck placement. You're looking as if you're upright, but overhead, diagonal to the right. After your last exhale, let the inhale bring you up. Exhale over to the left. Looking over, up, and diagonal to the left. Keeping that C. And bring it up to the middle. And lower it back down. Relaxing your feet. Onto your back. I'm going to face your way. Bringing the soles of the feet together, open out the knees. Lift up the right knee. Big circles with a nice bent leg. Reverse. Nice. Bringing the legs side to side. At any pace. Ending up with the right leg crossed over to the left. Soften down. Option to straighten out the bottom left leg a little more to get deeper into the twist. Cactus the arms. Let the head roll off to the right. A little bit more. Rolling onto your back. Opening out the knees, lifting up the left leg, circles. Reversing them when you're ready. And then rocking your leg from side to side. Massaging the lower back, stretching the outside of the left leg and hip. Bringing that left leg over to the right. Maybe straightening the right leg. Looking off to the left. Releasing out of this twist. Knees into your chest. Feel the effects of your practice. Notice the sensations in your body. Notice where your body may still be holding on to tension. And kindly releasing that tension. At your own pace, bringing your arms overhead. And rolling over onto one side. Staying here or coming up to finish out with a breath together. Bringing your palms together, deep inhales. Namaste. Thank you.